Hi, I'm Deanna Clark with the Clark-Esposito law firm, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 warning signs that let you know that you may have been caught importing illegal wildlife products by either U.S. Fish and Wildlife or U.S. Customs. There's a difference between worrying about a late shipment and being scared that you're never going to get the shipment. If you have reason to believe that you're never going to get this shipment, then you need to keep watching this video. The first warning sign is that you've gotten no notification whatsoever, but the shipment is delayed. Because let's face it, if the factory is running late, you're typically notified. If there's shipping delays, you're typically notified. If you've received no notification, you ought to start worrying. Now, the second warning sign is that you get a notice from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service telling you that you didn't get the permit or license that you were supposed to have for this shipment. Remember, it's going to take them about 30 days or so to come to a decision on whether or not they will continue detaining the shipment or if they'll release it to you. But the reality is you should have gone to their e-license portal and gotten the license in advance of your shipment, okay? It's required in advance of the shipment. So during these next 30 or so days, you can expect there to be some back and forth with the agency so that you can help them understand what is the common name of the species, what's the genus of the animal, etc. The more cooperative you are, the more helpful that may be. Of course, it also may not be in your favor, depending on what type of species is in there. So, of course, you always want to be careful about what you do and don't disclose. Now, the third warning sign is that you get a seizure notice from U.S. Customs. At this point, you need to decide if you're going to just abandon the merchandise or if you're going to stay and fight for it. Now, if you have reason to know that, yeah, there might have been some wrongdoing, let's just abandon it, they'll forget about us. You could abandon it, but you won't be forgotten, okay? In fact, there will be a record that you've elected to abandon the merchandise. Now, if you decide to stay and fight it, maybe you don't think anything had been wrong. Maybe you think maybe something was wrong, maybe other parts of the shipment weren't wrong. Either way, you want your goods, you're going to stay and fight. Now, whatever you decide, wherever you are, whether you're at the detention stage with Fish and Wildlife or you're at the seizure stage with U.S. Customs, you want to go ahead and get some help. Remember, they have a certain amount of days to make a decision. And the same goes for U.S. Customs, where you have the seizure notice. Time is of the essence. So, you want to be sure to get help to understand, do I need to abandon? Do I need to fight? Why would I want to take one choice over the other? How can I clear my name? I don't want to have this record, etc. These are questions that you want to turn to an expert, and they can help you make sense of your options, in addition to what you want to go ahead and disclose in any response that you give to the government. Now, you should know the following. There are both civil penalties and criminal penalties that you can be up against. Civil penalties range between $500 and $25,000 per violation. On the criminal side, in addition to jail time, those penalties also can run up to $50,000 per violation. So this is nothing to play around with. This is really serious stuff. Have questions about anything that I've talked about in this video, or do you have an issue that you're dealing with in relation to either detention or seizure? Contact us. We can be reached at our office at 917-546-6997. You can complete the contact form on our website at clarkespositolaw.com, or you can send us an email at contact@clarkespositolaw.com. We're determined to help you.
Subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when we upload a new video. Check out our playlist if you want to see more of our videos, and comment below and introduce yourself. We'll see you soon.